Hi everyone. Today we bring you to our weekly insights on creating terrain model using DWG survey data. If you're not familiar with the Bentley legacy products and their interface, I suggest you to watch the video which explains you about the interface of OpenRoads Designer and other Bentley products. Capricorn Technologies, it's a Win0 company and a partner of choice of AEC industry, is one of the biggest platinum partner of Autodesk and Bentley, along with the authorized training center. We have 300 plus dedicated team members with client age of over 20,000 in AEC and associate industry. Let me introduce myself Viraj Deshmukh, solution specialist, roads and railway in Capricorn Technologies, New Delhi. Will present you with today's weekly insights. Today in this video, we'll look at creating a terrain model from a graphical interface. We'll learn here how to import an attached DWG file as a reference in ORD. Then we will attach it in our DGN file. It will convert it from DWG to DGN. Then we'll create a graphical filters. We'll tell software that which spot or which element is graphically represented by which thing, either spots, break line, voids, etc. Then we'll create a group from the same. If we need, we can create a group, or if not needed, we can create from an individual graphical filter also. Then we'll create a terrain model from that graphical filter. So under a terrain tab in our create group box here in the top left corner, we can create a terrain from file, a tin file or a DTM file or a land XML file or whatever the format may be. This type of format can be imported if the terrain model is already, if you want to create terrain model from a file, from an external file. Then there is an option of creating a terrain model from graphical filter, and then there is a from element. So we'll be using graphical filter tool, and just as a way of showing how the tool can help. So graphical filter, we will choose our graphical filter now in the current DGN file or active DGN file. As you can see, as we don't have any graphical filter created here or any of the file attached here in our view. So first of all, we'll attach a DWG file in reference. This is our DTM DWG file. You can see AutoCAD DWG file. I'm attaching it as a coincident word, the attachment method. And now, as you can see, the file is in my DGN file as a reference file. So now if I go in the level manager, as you can see, the level of this point or spot, you can say, is GL. So no GL is there in this level manager, as you can see. It's because we have just attached it as a reference. Now we have not brought it in this DGN file. It's a DWG file which we have attached. So to bring it to our DGN file, we will merge it into master as we do in MX Road or Select Series 3, 2, you may be familiar with. So we'll merge into master. it will get vanished from here. Now you can see this file is now in this DGN file. Now nothing is there in our reference file. So if I go in now in my level manager, now all the levels which were present in this file are can be visible here. GL, we have center point, we have proposed center line here, points taken by surveyor. So we'll create this terrain from these points, as these are the spots for us. So basically a survey should contain a spot and a break line. I'm considering it as a spot only because now for constructing a highway or a roadway, the main purpose of designer is to construct a center line, horizontal and vertical alignment for which the terrain is needed. So we'll create a terrain from graphical filter method. We'll go in the terrain filter manager. I'll delete this as it was already earlier created. So graphical filter, from this graphical filter manager can be opened from here also and from here also. So as you can see, no filter is there in our active terrain. This is our terrain from graphical filter, terrain from graphical filter. So as we don't have any, but if we have graphical filter set up in our DGN lib, which is not shown up here because we don't have any graphical filter set up in our DGN library. So, but it's none of our use for now today. I will focusing on creating our own as we need. So we'll create a graphical filter for our DGN file. We'll right click and create a filter. As you know, I'll give a name, spot. So we'll go in terrain filter. We went in terrain filter manager here, and now we can arrange or we can create or we can filter for extracting contours, break lines, or spots, elevations, or boundary, or whatever the data you have. As we have only spots in our the DWG file, so we'll use spot features. So it will those in and arrange this in groups, and will create a filter and run it individually. Or if we needed, we have 2 3 different features, so we'll create different filters and we'll create a group from that filters also. So we'll create a filter and going to call it as spot, and its feature type will be spot. So once it graphically finds the information, it's going to assign a feature type of spot to them. And then what do we want to pick is that group or that filter. So we hit the edit filter button, as I hit it here, spot, and now I'll hit a edit filter button here. Now we can bifurcate or differentiate using these difference method levels or element types, whatever, whichever knowledge you have of your survey data. Or you can go make your cursor here and see the level is GL. So I'll differentiate it by level. So GL here, I want to add this GL as a spot. So again, we have center line. This red one is a proposed center also. So I want this proposed center to create terrain using this GL, using this spot, sorry, using this proposed center, and using this ROW points also if we want. So if you want to preview, so you can see this all get selected. So so now I'll hit finish, and if you want to edit further also, you can edit this. Now I hit finish. Now you can see here I have a graphical. I hit the tab, and the graphical filter spot is now created. So I selected spot, we can the edge method will be remove slivers. It's a software's formula which it use to remove the edge method. If we want, we can use the different edge method also. We can use maximum triangle edge method also. The feature definition will provide is existing triangles, as I have added in this part as a proposed center also, but I'm assuming it as a existing only. So left click data point to accept. Now it's processing and the terrain is created. Append terrain. No, I don't want to append, because append means if you want to attach this terrain to any other terrain. As this is the only individual terrain we have, so we don't have that scope to append this terrain. So now you can see the terrain is created, but terrain is what somewhat I don't like this terrain to be perfect. So change the edge method. So I'll change this edge method to let's say 25 or something like that. So now you can see the maximum triangle length whose maximum length is greater than 25, it will eliminate that triangle. So now the maximum triangle length is 25. Those triangle having length greater than 25 are not created here. So this is how we'll create terrain from our the DWG file using graphical filter method. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys has an insightful session. We shall be presenting with our next insight how to edit this terrain model, how to add or remove features in our terrain model in our next insight. So stay connected with us. Using this tool, we'll edit our terrain, we'll add and remove some features, we'll add some break lines, we'll add some other voids, we'll edit our whole terrain model. And for more videos and updates, do subscribe to our channel Capricorn Technologies Private Limited, and like and comment if you like the insight. We would be delighted to hear from you. Please reach out to us for any suggestions, queries, or topic you want to discuss with us. See you next week.